looks like I'm white. Hope everyone's having a good day. We'll go ahead and do 4-4s. He's taking his time. So that means it'll be a good game. We'll approach from this side, because I would rather grow my own area than try and destroy his. He can back up. He can play high to try and make it as big as possible. Or he can play this one and make it even bigger. And we're not going to worry too much about this area for now. We're just going to make our group as strong as possible, make sure we have some potential on the side, and then it should be okay. Because normally you only play this attachment if you already have a stone here. So eventually he's going to have to come back and play here, and then we'll have Sente to go and do something else. And because he played this variation, he's going to Atari, we connect, and later we can still cut here. He does defend it, but now there's a peep here. Our group is now 100% safe, and he doesn't have a stone here. I'm going to play there myself, and I think I'll just play low so that no matter which side he plays on, we can get a base. Okay, but of course he's going to try and attack, and we're not going to worry too much about making points here. We're going to focus on staying connected and jumping out into the center. So if we go here, he blocks. Could make it a little bit more difficult to get out. If we go here, he can push and cut, but we just Atari and jump out to the center some more. Not sure which one is better. Kind of like this one better. It's a little bit more out into the center, so it becomes much harder for him to surround. And he connects under. I'm not sure why he pushed here if he wasn't gonna cut. So now I think I want to try and defend that cut. Not sure of the best way to do it, but I think just something like this works. They peep here, I believe I can just block, and I should be able to capture him before he captures me. He Ataris. Okay, so this move is just too slow. When he captures, I just play here to defend, and it's fine. But if I play a move here, it's not really making me any points. It's not really preventing any points. So it's just way too slow to respond here. So this group is already pretty strong. So I want a Tanuki, so I can enclose a corner, or I can push here extend, which is trying to connect to my center group while also growing the bottom side. And I kind of like that one better, because if he invades over here, that means whatever I play over here is growing this side some more. Okay, so he does jump in right away. He played high, so he really doesn't want me to get any influence here. So I could pincer here, and then if he double approaches, I can push through. That would be fine. But I think I'm happy just jumping here. Yeah, I can just keep developing this side. Eventually he's probably going to invade here as well. And then I'll be able to put some pressure on this stone. Okay, so he attaches. So right now, it doesn't really matter if I get the corner or the outside. So I think this is a mistake because I can Atari here, connect. He can Atari here, I Atari here, he gets the corner. But this becomes very weak. And if I were to play something like this, he goes here, I go here, he extends. So I feel like I'm a little bit forced to play this way, but I think this is good for me. Extend. I'll extend once. Gives me a little bit more forcing moves. And him playing these moves, I think, just makes this group a little bit more solid and flexible. So he does capture, and then I'm going to just block here. So now these two stones are completely cut off. So I need to stop him from getting a base now, so I'll play here. Okay, and block. If I let him push here and I have to extend and he goes here and I have to block, I guess it is Sente, but he can potentially get an eye here. So I believe I could peep here. If he connects, then I could cut. But I'm not too worried about killing this, I don't think. I made some profit here, and as I attack, I'll make more profit over here. And if he decides to invade, then that means I should be able to attack this some more and profit somewhere else. So I think I'm just going to keep building this side until he invades. Okay, so he tries to defend. Interesting. So I think I'm going to try and surround. Because again, it's giving me at least a little bit of profit here, making this a little bit more solid. And then this whole group is just not alive yet. And this group is very strong. This group is not the strongest, but as I'm surrounding this group, I'm connecting to this one, which is making it stronger. Okay, so they finally do invade. So I have a lot of cutting points here. There's a peep here. So pushing here and forcing him this way, while it does look like it kind of surrounds, but I have so many cutting points that I would have to worry about getting captured myself. So I'm going to play from this direction, which I think is helping defend against my cuts, gives me some more eye shape, and yep, he can make a base now, but when I jump here, this group is still not alive. And this group is also still not alive. And here he's kind of saying, you're not allowed to have any points. And I played high here, so this kind of means I don't really care too much about territory. So I think I need to try and put some pressure on this group. Okay, so he extends and he defends this group, but not this one. Okay, so now I think I can play here. And the way they're playing, you're kind of forced to have to try and attack and kill something because they just kind of invade everywhere and keep weak groups. So yeah, I'll go ahead and peep here. And then this group should only have one eye. So he has to try and run out somehow or make another eye some way. Okay. And I can peep here, threatening to connect. And peep here as well. He can Atari here, but then I just Atari back, he captures, I extend, and it should be okay. And he won't be able to make another eye in the center. And I believe this group has a little bit too many weaknesses, so I don't think he'll be able to cut through and do much. Okay. So I think trying to save these might be a little bit too much, depending on how I do it. So I think I need to push here to try and make this group a little bit stronger. Or I can play something like this first, where if he captures the 2 stones, I capture this stone.
9, 8,
and
7.
Seems like a pretty good idea. So it'd be a trade where I get to capture the corner, he gets to save this. And then after playing here, I could invade here, which would cut this stone off, and then also create some weaknesses in the corner. But he didn't do that. So now I think I'll push here to try and surround this group, while also still trying to keep this as strong as possible. Okay, just extend. He has a cutting point, but I played here, so if he pushes here, I block. He pushes again, I block here. So if I play a move like this to surround, if he cuts, I can just capture. If he wedges, I just go here, here, here. This is connected, so I think it's about the same. So I think this group should just be dead unless I'm missing something. Okay, so he tries to get out. If I play this one, he plays here. So now with this wedge, there's a double Atari. So I want to prevent that. And also keep them separated. And then as he's running this group out, this is also just becoming weaker. And my area is becoming stronger. So that means I can be more aggressive. Okay, so if I go here, he connects. I connect. He captures, but then I block. If he goes this way, I just Atari. He goes here, capture. There's no more double
9,
because I captured.
8.
So it should be fine. And then this group should be alive. So I don't think I have to worry about this getting surrounded. And even if it does, I should just have more liberties. And then, like I said, as he's playing these moves, this group is also getting weaker. Okay, so they extend. So this group, I think, is already alive. And if I kill this, I'm ahead. So I have a cutting point here. So he's probably aiming at this cut. So I'm just going to defend the cut. I should be able to live here and kill this. So I just need to protect my lead and fix any problem issues, like cutting points, weak groups. And so when I'm protecting this cutting point, I'm also trying to connect to this weak group. And if I have no weak groups, he doesn't really have
9,
anything to use
8,
to
7,
catch back up and get back
6,
into the game.
5.
Okay, so it looks like he's gonna at least try and kill this. But it seems very difficult, at least from here. Okay, Atari. But now it just feels like there's lots of ways to make eyes, so I can do this one. threatening to make an eye here, and make sure all of this stays nice and connected. And then I can play here, which is threatening to make an eye here. I also have moves like this, which is threatening the double Atari, and then playing here to make an eye here as well. Okay, so now I guess he's trying to cut this one off, and just gonna stay connected. Then again, just try to keep my stones connected. At this point, after capturing this, I don't really need to kill this, so I don't need to do anything too aggressive. So just as long as everything lives, I should be able to win. And again, just stay connected. Don't need anything fancy. Okay, so he's trying to disconnect me. Just going to pretty much just make this alive, but I guess he wants to try and capture this group. But now this one's 100% alive. And he extends. So now I just need to make this group alive. Okay, so he peeps, threatening to cut, and just need to stay connected. And he jumps in, so very aggressive. Although here I probably should just turn here, because then I think I'm just alive. So he can reduce this, but I don't think it matters much. So yeah, I'll just capture the 2 stones. He can capture these. I get Sente. Although after he captures here, I probably need to protect against this cut.
7, 6.
Should be fine. Okay, so he's trying to protect everything over here. And he cuts. Okay. So if he pushes, I block. He goes here, here. If he cuts, I capture. So it seems like I don't have to worry about that yet. So I can just Hane here. And extend. So now that this is captured, I need to protect against the cuts. So I'll just go ahead and connect as solid as possible. Okay, so he's still trying to cut here. So I'll just play here, stay connected. But after killing this, I really don't have to try too hard. I just need to make sure all my groups are alive, and that should be more than enough, because this is a very large area. He can't make an eye here, because I just throw in. Okay, so I Atari. But here I just have too many liberties, because I'll capture the 3 stones first. Okay, so he comes back trying to put some pressure on this group. So again, just need to protect the eyes. Yep, just capture. If he Ataris this way, I just connect and I should have an eye here and an eye here. If he tries to get rid of this eye by playing here, I extend, but then I can capture this one or connect to this group. So it feels like it's not in too much trouble. So there's a double Atari. I'm not quite sure it works. So if I play here, if he goes here, I connect. If he goes here, I capture. So I don't think I have to worry about this one. After he plays this, I do, but not until then. And now I should just be 100% alive. Then he blocks off this way. Not sure why. I'm already alive. I could play something over here because I'm very strong here now. I got stones over here. But again, I don't think it's really needed. Okay, and now it's just small in-game, so I think I'll stop the video here, or stop the game. Okay, and he resigns. But yeah, in the opening, again, I think he just had wrong direction on the opening, and then he just didn't let himself get any strong groups. Like, this group is weak, this group is weak. I think he had a few other weak groups, but he never really defended. He just kept trying to invade, and never defended. And normally, as long as the other person is just patient, eventually something will just die, or they invade everywhere, they didn't make any points themselves. But normally it's just not a good strategy. And I would like to thank my Patreons. I really appreciate their support, and I'll see you all next time.